Hi, right, so thanks for joining me again. We're going to now bind this journal. I'm probably going to do this as the start of the second video, so just if that's a bit of an abrupt beginning, I'm sorry. I'm doing this in a wanna at home, but these are going to probably come out at different times. So what I've done, I've cut my linen. I got the darker of the linens, and I've cut the I've torn strips down of about 1 inch thick. Each one then I've cut down to probably 2.5-ish, 2.5 inches, because I want them to be decent sized tabs. Now this is the journal that we've got. Bearing in mind I've got to put the cards and the pockets and stuff in. I mean, you could, I suppose, do the decorating and for stuff first, but I just think that's going to be easier once the tabs are in place, and then if I need to hide any of the tabs, the decoration will go on top. So if we look at the spine of our journal, this is obviously just 6 or 7 pieces of cardstock, so it's really quite thin at the minute. If I were to get my tabs and bind them super tight, I'm not going to have a lot of room for a lot of bulk. Or if I do put bulk in, we're going to find that the front page, the other side of the page is going to splay open, and you're going to end up with this sort of, I don't know how to angle that. So this sort of shape of stuff stuffed in and a really skinny spine. So I want to leave plenty of room. I'm not sure I've got plenty of tabs, however, so I'm just going to tear the last few of these. They're about, as I say, about 1 inch thick. And then I'm cutting them down, cutting each strip into about 1/3. So sort of 2 to 2.5 inches. I'm not measuring. That's not my sort of thing, my style. I don't mind if they're uneven. It doesn't bother me. If we haven't enough, I've got my other piece of linen to go at as well. I mean, I'm sure I could do the maths for it, but I'm not. So we'll just run with it and see how we get on. So the first page, the first cover, obviously I haven't stuck down my toppers because we don't want anything to get in the way. I'm going to start with, do I start with 3 or 2, should we think? I'm going to start with 3, so it's nice and sturdy. And I'm only going to put maybe 1/4 of the tab on and 1/4 of the tab at the back, because this is going to end up being quite bulky. I've got my 3-in-1 glue that I've already had turned upside down. Look at me organised. So I'm going to kind of measure out where they're going to go. Something like that. Do I need to do it so much? Maybe I'm going to do about 1/3 in. Maybe we'll do about 1/3. Something like that. Let's run with it. Let's go. Let's see how we get on. So, putting my glue down, probably. See, I professed to be really organised then, didn't I? Come on. That's a bit better. There. So, I'm going to put about 1/3 of the strip on. Now, I think I'm going to have to move this down. You have to remember, when you're measuring the width of your strips, the other 2 are going to have to fit in the middle. So actually, this is going to need to come down quite a bit, because I need room, because when you bind these, you do 1 page with 3 strips, 1 page with 2 strips. You'll see what I mean in a minute. It's awkward to explain. But you're going to need the room to fit the other strips in the middle. And we might be pushing it with some of these. Let's see. We might have to trim some strips, but that's all right. So do it to roughly the same width distance into the book, and kind of there-ish. and then right at the very top. And I don't even mind if it hangs over actually at the top. I think that might look quite nice actually. Now also thinking about it, this is going to be staggered, so I need to think about that. Right, okay, so as I say, I don't even mind if that hangs over at the top a little bit. So my next page is going to go here, and we want to attach the 2 strips. This isn't going to be that staggered anymore, is it? Because we have added the extra piece on, I forget that. So the 2 strips here are going to need to kind of fit in the middle. Because once we've stuck these 2 down, maybe I'll find some thinner pieces. We're going to flip this. So these are stuck to this piece. And we're going to fold in and glue the 3 centre pieces. Then your next page, you're going to add 2 if you can, 3 if you can. Fold it, fold your 2 in. So, see it in action probably makes more sense. I want something like that. And then something like that. If you were using a thinner fabric, you probably want to smush your glue a little bit. I do hope we can see what we're doing here. Right, so that's stuck to there. So I'm going to turn that over, line that up, and I'm going to glue these, but I'm going to leave quite a bit of spine on these. So I'm just going to glue them in a smidge. Probably, well, it should be about the same as the front side. And I'm going to leave it like that. Now the next one down, again the same. I'm going to glue about the same amount in. Make sure we've left plenty of space for any bulk that we want to add. I'm sure there will be a logical way to plan this out properly without getting all trial and error about it, but where would be the fun in that? So that's that page. So you can see what you're left with is your front page is now stuck to your second page. Oh, they're not very straight. Let's pull this one in a little bit more. That's a bit straighter, with room for plenty of bulk. And decoration. And then your second page, when you fold it, has its tabbies left here. And they are going to go on here. But first, we're going to add these. So your third strip. So you can kind of see where you're going to end up placing your page there. It's probably easy to do if everything was lined up, to be fair. I probably have complicated this. But what you going to do? So I'm going to do the same there. This is my number 3. This is my 3 tab page. And then a little bit at the bottom. I've got a thinner piece. There we go. Turn it that way because I don't mind the little dangly tassely bits. So if I turn this over, my 2 tabs then have to fold. So actually what I'm going to do, because we would be folding that way, I'm going to flip it and I'm going to attach my tabs the same way we did with this. Something like that. So that I can tuck underneath there. That's handy. And then this is going to go here. I hope that makes sense. So basically, I folded my 2 tabs over, you see. I just did it upside down so I could see what I was doing. And then the 3 tabs, just pull them out the other side, are going to go attached to the next page. So all I'm doing basically is I'm leaving plenty of spine in this. So this is my next page. Now, I need to think about how this is going to attach. Now, it would be good to get the 2 tabs on it. Avoid that pocket. Do it like that. I think that's what we're going to go with. So let me think about this. So I need to attach my 2 tabs on here. That are going to go on the next bit. I've moved down, haven't I? I've just switched you off. I meant to move the camera down. I'm going to need to move up. So my 2 tabs are going to go on the next page. Here. Get a thinner one. And here. We're going to flip it and then fold the 3 in, but I'm sort of flipping upside down to line it up, if that makes sense. Kind of. So I want a thinner piece here. Probably the same distance in. As the others. And obviously mindful that I don't want to cover up my pocket. And then the same up here. Where was it? That one. So if I flip it around, bearing in mind this is meant to be attached, I'm then folding in the 3. Do you see what I mean? And they're going to attach on there. Now, just before I do, oh, I've overlapped them a little bit, haven't I? That needs to move down a little bit. I'm wrong there, aren't I? Yeah, I want I want this one. I thought that felt weird. And this one. And I want to make sure that I've left myself plenty of bulk space again. So I'm going to do it sort of here-ish. I hope this is making... I feel like this isn't making sense. I feel like other people explain this way better than I do. The main thing I need to get across is you're alternating one page with 3 tabs, one page with 2 tabs. You're placing the tabs in between each other, as you can see. It just becomes a little bit more complicated when you're trying to leave that extra bit of bulk space and when you've got these little flippy bits. So rather than pulling this tight, as you might feel like you want to, I'm just leaving it just so we've got a bit of space, and I want it to stay fairly even. Now, this is my theory with this. I hope this works. I may even add an extra tab across these 2, but I'm going to see how it goes. So my next page will be attached with 2 tabs, because you see we've attached that with 3, because technically that's 1 page. And it needs 3 attaching to it, which is fine. So let's get a few on there. Now that's stitched to there anyway, so that doesn't really matter that I'm covering that bit of vellum up. And then a middle piece. I went on my mat then, didn't I? Kind of here. Obviously you have to remember you've got to leave space for your other tabs in the middle, and then this one's going to go quite near the top. Okay, then you lift it and flip it, place it there, and then where you've got your, go away, that's confusing, where you've got your extra tabs, you fold those over. I'm just folding them over and leaving some space, that's all. And trying desperately to do it evenly. So again, I am going onto this little tuck a little bit, but that's all right. So when I open those out, hopefully they're quite even. And then my last page, obviously, we put another flippy thing, didn't we? So this is literally going to just go on the back, and we can attach the flippy thing because it flips out at this side separately. So we're just going to turn that over, line it up as we want it, and attach our tabs. Again, I'm going to leave a little bit of space just because I want to make sure it's not sort of straining to close. See how that's bent like that? That means that needs to come a little bit further forward in. And then here, I think I'm going to use, yeah, I think I'm going to do a full hinge on that one. And again, I want to leave a little bit of a gap so that when I put something in, it's not too tight. That's all right. I may actually try and just, if I can, run a stitch down that just to secure it in place. Either side. I think I'm going to do that really quickly and I'll come back. All right, so that's that. We've bound the book, and I stitched just along here just to secure this in place. Now, I think I probably went a little bit too far with the spacing, so some of them I have just nudged up a little bit, but in essence, this is what the book looks like now. So, we've got the front page. That one is quite tight, but there we are. We've got the two pockets. I wonder if that was supposed to... No, I think that's how it's meant to look. Well, anyway, they're together. So this is the plain page that we may mat something on or do something with. This is the page with the tuck spot. Obviously, we tucked in that little bit just to make sure it wasn't in the way. Trying to make sure everything's kind of straightish. This is a big pocket. Again, we avoided closing that up. This side, now, I have attached an extra piece here because this is essentially one page, this pocket, this piece here, but it kind of doesn't look like it. So we've kind of got that as an extra page almost. in itself, but I think it looks quite cool. We've got the vellum pocket. We've closed it up a tiny bit, but I don't think it really matters. And then we've got the tuck spot at the top. We've got an extra flippy out page, and as I say, we run a stitch along there just to make sure that's secure, and then we've got the back piece. So you can see your binding then is all quite neat. Quite pleased with that. And obviously this will fill out as we fill the book. So I think should we start with the front? We've already decorated this, so this is how this is going to look. I want this quite low down and to the side. I'm going to get it to the very edge because I want the best day ever thing to be visible. I want this window to be central to the pink page, the front page. And when the little girl sits on the window, I want you to be able to see the B on best. So I'm going to attach this right at the bottom here first. Like so. Just going to run some glue along the back of Best Day Ever, and that's going to go quite close to the bottom, and then we've got room for this, so we can still see the bits of pink peeking through, and she's going to sit there quite nicely. Now I am going to use a bit of a different medium for this. I've got some collage medium. I've got some Dina Wakley stuff, which is actually quite good. So I think I'm going to just use some of this on the back. So I'm going to plonk some of this stuff down anyway, just because I know it is good. But we just want to make sure we're super adhered. Let's use this. All over the back. It is a really good adhesive, this one. I don't want anything sort of splurting out the sides, but I do want it nice and covered. So, excuse my leaning right over. Thinking there. Just going to shove this in the little water pot. God, my hand looked really fat then. So that's that. I think the wee girl is going to go there, just so you can still see that B. Now this is the awkward bit, so some there. Get off, get off. A little bit there, dot there, and a dot there. So she's literally going to be stuck by her wings and maybe the back of that leg. So let's hope that this is enough to keep her in place, because I don't want her to move. I don't want her to fall off. Just going to lift her leg ever so slightly and put a blob underneath. And hopefully that's her stuck down. And then the last little bit is going to be that, because I like it, and I just like that the green picks up the green, and yeah, like it. Not even sure I'm bothered if it's straight, but there we are. So I like the front of that. I really like it. I think that's quite cool. Then we've got the inner pages. So if you can see, It's too dark. Let me just turn it upside down. Do it towards the window. Can you see the amount of bulk that these baseboards add? With all the little chippy bits. So you imagine that on 2 pages worth. That's why you need to leave, in my opinion, a decent bit of a spine and a gap. So there we are, number 1. Next page. So we want something for here. Now I do have my tags. This is kind of was the point. If some of these fit, I'm going to trim some of the P bits down. Just move it back ever so slightly. Some of the really long ones can go. So he should fit in there quite nicely, and I like that it's peeking out. So because he's kind of on this side, I want something here. Now this is where all the bits of ephemera are going to come in handy, in all these baseboard pieces. I want something to contrast with the blue, and I wouldn't mind picking up the green. So do I have anything? Here. Just move it over there a little bit. So these are all my bits that I've got to decorate with. I feel like I want something longish that way. Too big. I mean, I don't even mind extra scraps of stuff just to make it pop. Just digging through my collection of stuff. I do like the milk tokens a lot, but I don't see anything that's green. I mean, you've got a bit of greens on them. Oops. So shall I have maybe a scrap of something like that? I don't know. Not sure about that scrap. Sorry, just digging through my stuff here. I've got my big book full of Tim Holtz ephemera. Oh, like you. It's not bold enough, I don't think. Let's see. Nothing huge. What about that? I want some paper or something behind it, some book page. So this is the bit where I will allow myself to go off plan a tiny bit, because unless he starts flogging book pages, I think sometimes they're kind of needed. And if he starts selling book pages, I'll probably buy those too. So just something just to break the back of it, I think. Just, do you know what I mean? Just a bit of a something. I'm not convinced about that flower though. See, again, it needs a third thing. I have to do it in 3s because I'm weird. Some tiny elements. No, don't want any of them. And we've gone orange with this for some reason. No. No. I think it may be something to go upwards. That? Should we do it? Should we stick it down? Yeah, all right, let's stick it down. Let's do that. So, oh, I'm back with the glue again. There's got to be an easier way, hasn't there? It absolutely drives me up the wall. It's not even that it's blocked, it just takes ages to come out. Goodness me. What time are we on? Forget my kids aren't in the next room. They're at school. Got to remember to go pick them up later. So whilst we're waiting for the glue, this is kind of what I think we're going to get done now, is we're going to get some decoration done. I'm going to save the extra wee tags. Like this next page here needs a really tall tag, so I think I'll do that in a separate video if anybody's interested in watching that. We'll have the flowers next, don't we? Yeah. And yeah, I'm quite chuffed with this so far. I mean, as I say, the tab binding, it is so straightforward, and it's simple to do, and it's not, you know, you don't need any skills particularly. It's just that I think I'm terrible at explaining how to do it. Susie does it so much better than me. Tracy does it so much better than me. And I'm sure there are hundreds of other people who do tab binding better than me. You know, I'm not, despite the fact that this is my job, I'm not brilliant at bookbinding. Just put my hand under there to hold that on. But yeah, fun though, innit? So that's that piece. So we've got the front. She stayed on. I don't think that's going anywhere. Although I kind of wish it was stuck a little bit more there. Might need to put something else under this just to weight it down, because it's just lifted slightly there as well. I think because this is a solid board on something that's got a bit of flex at the back, we've just lifted a little bit, so I'll sort that out afterwards. So front page, I love that. This is going to have a tall tag. I'm going to leave this until I know what's going here. Again, we've got a blank page. This one is going to be a side thing. So I was thinking what I might do is decorate one of the photographs. You know, they're like Polaroid ones, because I do like them. I do have these as well, which is going to go... Oh. Ooh, should we put one on there? Like this one where that little boy's got a little bit of colour on. Oh, I like that. Quite simple, but I like that. I'm not sure it needs anything else really. No, I think I'm just going to glue that in. I just like it. I think that's quite cool. There we are, done. Boom, decision made. Get me. Just put some glue on the back. And we're done. Right, where was I? Oh, so maybe I don't want to put... No, maybe I don't want to Polaroid there. Maybe we'll just use... See, I had pulled this one out because I really like that. I'll use that somewhere else. Now we've got this sort of playing card one that I quite like, that we could do something with. Just as a bit of a... Do you know what I mean? Maybe I'll mount that on one of the... file cards. I wonder if we've got a small enough file card to fit in there without anything breaking. These are the smallest. No, way too big. Oh, it was a good idea, Donna. I was going to mount one on the front and have it as sort of like a little open book, but maybe not. Just peel you out a little bit. I do like that though. I think I'm going to get out my my book with all the other bits in. Back in a mo. All right, so we're back. So we've just pulled this out. This is my album full of stuff and things. Oh, what about one of these ones? Oh, I like that. Wow, how excited I get. Let's... Somebody asked me about this as well. This is literally just a bog standard photo album. You know, like the old type, when you actually had photographs that you printed out, that you got from the shop. And sometimes they come back with like a big quality control sticker on. It's one of them. And I just find it easier, rather than sort of digging through stuff, just to have a look. I wanted one of these as well. See, we could have had one of them as a topper. I want one of these. What did we put on the front? Best day ever. Best day ever. So let's have... Let's have... Happy. Let's have a big happy. Oh, and we've got an Inspire on the other side. Let's have a happy. And I think I'm going to do some embossing on there because I think that'll look quite cool. So I've pulled these little bits out that I like. I haven't really done anything with it. I'll pick the album back up. I'm going to just add a little bit of something to it. Maybe a little human, perhaps. Somebody sort of facing that way. Oh no, somebody facing the other way because it's going to go in like that. Somebody facing that way. Yeah, we'll have a label. I want a green label to pick that up. So I'm going to have one of them at the bottom, possibly, or maybe at the side. Not sure yet. Probably up the side actually, and we'll pick up the yellow tone. Let's have a yellow. These probably look piddling on the camera where you're looking, but we won't be a sec. Right, let's pick a little person. Let's have boy with dog. You're with me, pal. Boy with dog. Come here. Get off. There we go. Right. That's going to... Whoa. That's going to be that little card. Where'd it go? I wish it's gone flying. I need to find that. Hang on. You see, there's a lot to be said for tidying up. I genuinely don't know where that went. Oh, for goodness sake. Right, let's find another one. Just want a little circle with a yellowy tone to it. Find the page now. You. Let's have you. Got the glue hanging off my hand. There. Right. Carefully this time. So, I don't know if I want that on the side. Then with boy and dog. and that. I don't want it along the bottom like it was. Yeah, along the bottom. I'm just going to, I know I said I wasn't going to ink, but I lied. I just want that to be inked. This can't be drying up already, come on. Use some glue. Oh, don't. I'm going to go back to the other glue. I'm going to go back to... I don't think I need the 3-in-1 stuff. Let's just use that glitter glue because it's just a bit easier to disperse. Right, wee boy, let's stick you down. I like him. And then don't want to cover up the doggo too much, but we do want to put it sort of there. I like him. I like that. You can go in there. Just peeking out. Now I am going to put something up here, and I did see some taller ephemera pieces in here. You know, there aren't that many pages and I get lost in them. Where are they? Where were they? Right. Like these. So I might put like, you know, like the can you see the ruler strips in there? Probably can't see it, can you? Like this maybe. I'm just going to pull a few of these out. So we'll have a ruler strip. I like that. That might just go in on its own. And I'm going to have a little hand. I want a little hand somewhere. Anything else? Anything else? Anyone else? Not sure yet. Right. I just kind of like that. I don't even really know why, but I do like it. And then I might just have a little baseboard something on there as well. So I'm just going to shove some glue on it. There. And something. No, it's got to be something thin, hasn't it? No. 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 Do you know what? I'm just going to leave it like that for now. I will put something there. I just don't think I've seen it yet. Oh, have I? Yeah, I think I have. I'm trying to ignore the fact that that's a 2 and not a 3. Just leave it like that, Donna. Stop it. Okay. Right. That's that page. Then. Right. I want something bold on here because there's a lot of neutral, and I want something quite bold and quite in your face, I think. Should we have a bit of you? Should we have another one of these ones? We're going to get one to fit. That might just fit in there. Which one though? Yeah, let's have you in there. So that's that one. And shall we have one of these in this side? But again, something bolder. They're all a bit florally, aren't they? Oh, like that. Let's have that. We'll have that. And I think, should we do something to it? What should we do to it? Shall we stick a photograph on it somewhere, or should we just leave it as it is, actually? Something else down here. Do you know what? I think I'm going to swap that for that. Yeah, that's better. That's better. And then I want... that there. No, not with you. Something a bit smaller than you. I know that when I see it, I'll know it. Just excuse any awkward silences now, will you? Just sifting to see what I might want to put. I'm going to have that. So I like that it picks up these sort of colours. You've got the green as well. Right. Now, this is a test, isn't it? Will this art glitter glue hold? I mean, it should. Hold it. See, again, when you close them up, can you see the bulk that it creates, which is why leaving the spaces is no bad thing. Now, I think I want this here. I had this sort of earmarked. So what I'm going to do is just shove these to one side, put this in. And I think I'm going to do a little bit of embossing. So, try and remember what I've done with my embossing powders. Bear with. Right, so I'm back. So, I've got some of my embossing stuff. And we'll go for vintagey one, I think. I have my Tim Holtz stamps, and I think I want something to go up the side. So I can't remember if that's a Tim Holtz one. Are you Tim Holtz? Do you know, I can't remember. But I think it might be quite nice. So let's do it. I can't remember if it's Tim Holtz or not. I'm really sorry. I don't think it is, actually. No, it's a different colour, isn't it? No, not a Tim Holtz one. Is that cheating? Is that cheating? So we can see if we've got anything else that I might want to use instead. I'm going to have these ones, which I guess I could use. That's probably more in the spirit of matters. So I need a spare piece of paper. So that's probably the nicest one, isn't it? A stamping platform. So I'll have that with a bit of that. Can you see? Doing it again. Do them separately, Donna, don't you? So somewhere there. So I've got I use this one. I think this is probably one of my favourites for the embossing, the Versa one. bloody see it as well, can't you? Oh, that was silly, Dave. Right, let's turn that over. And then I think I went a bit heavy-handed there, but I think that'll do. That'll do. Clean those off afterwards, she says. And then let's use some of this. Super thick, this one. I can't remember the brand I'll have. Oh, Stupendous. It's very imaginative. Ooh. Looks like it might need a shaking up a little bit. Anyway, right, that's that. Stick my stamps back. Those. Put them back in, put it away. We're running out of space again. Right. I put my sewing machine platform on my heat gun. Set this heat up a minute. So I'm trying to be tidy. Like this. I really like how that's turned out. Right, let's let that cool a little bit and put these away. Yeah, that's that one. Yeah, Stupendous embossing powders in a variety of colours. And I got them from our favourite expensive online retailer. Right. The one that we all know we shouldn't use and we do. Right, so back to it. I love that. You go in there. Happy. I want that on there as well. I love these baseboard chips. I used to hoard them. I went through a stage of just not knowing what to do with them. But then I got carried away, started just using them on everything. And I love them so. I like the noise, you know, the clacky noise that Tim Holtz stuff seems to make. It's quite a good aesthetic, isn't it? The clicky clacky sound. Have I found your space, do we think? Should we put some cheesecloth behind them? Shall we do that? I have some pink cheesecloth, but I'm not sure that's going to work. If you can hear that, I have a big old wardrobe in my room that is full of stuff, and that's what I was digging through before. And I haven't shut the door. So, some of the darker, should put that behind it. Yeah. This is my mountain of cheesecloth. There. I haven't really done much with fabric in this, have I really? Other than the odd little bit. Right. So let's just stretch that out. Oh, that went well. Like that. I'm going to have that. But I probably need some of that to stick it down with now. So whilst we're waiting, let's have a think. So I've got the little card to decorate. We've got this side to decorate. Let's see what we think we're going to do on there. I really like how this is turning out so far. I'm not sure we want another chipboard piece on that side. Something else maybe. Oh, I almost want to do that like a little flippy flippy. So everything's flippy flippy. Should we have another flippy flippy? But then what do you put on the back? Where does it end? Maybe I could just stick it there. Another little tuck. Yeah, maybe another little tuck and have one of the little mini cards there. Oh, this isn't working. I don't know. If anyone else has got any tips on how to stop your glue from causing such issue, then please let me know, won't you? In fact, I've had some lovely comments recently, some from some new subscribers. Thank you so much. I try to reply to everybody, and I absolutely do read them all. It's very exciting when I get comments. I don't get very many. And nothing mean yet, so that's always a winner. It's gonna be easy to put this on here, isn't it? Yeah, see, full of all the tips and tricks. Oh dear. Let's just leave it there, shall we? I'm sure that'll stick. What does that look like? Are we straight? Are we not? Probably not. I do like it though. Give me a bit more of that. There we are. Right, this side. I think I am going to do this as a little tuck. I think that will be good. At least I can put this horrible glue away. But yeah, the comments are really nice to read, and the likes and stuff. And it just, I do feel a bit cheeseball just saying, you know, like and subscribe. But if you could, that'd be really good. You know, and if you've got ideas for any content that you'd like to see, again, shout up, feel free. I by no means profess to be an expert, but I do enjoy what I do. And I like to, you know, if there's anything else that you'd like to see in the shop as well, any of the supplies. I had one lady send me a message the other day asking if I was going to be back on Create and Craft at all, which he's up in there at the minute. I'm not sure if it's something that I want to do just at the minute. I have other things sort of preoccupying at the moment. But I'm sure absolutely in the future, you know, they're a great bunch and they're so friendly, and you know, it's they're a good lot of people to work with. But yeah, she was saying that she likes she's always looking for bits of inspiration, and I did say to her, you know, if you want sort of a kit putting together, you know, that's kind of the point of my shop, is that I sell journaling accessories, you know, stuff to help you journal. I've got stuff to, you know, like that. You know, the DIY stuff, and it's hiding the bird though, isn't it? yeah, stuff to help you with your journaling. You know, there's from coffee paper to pens to the DIY kit that we did the video on previously, the beginner's kits. But if there's anything that you'd like, either video wise or stuff in shop wise, please say, because you get a bit stuck sometimes. That's too big. Yeah, you can get a bit stuck sometimes on what sort of things people like, so it's always good to hear from that point of view. I think I'm going to leave that like that. This, now, obviously this journal will be going up for sale. You know, at the end of the day, this is my job. This is how I make a living. So what do we think? Should we leave this blank for someone to do, or should we just do one side? Should I just stick a bit of something on there? Maybe I'll leave it. Maybe I'll leave it, and then whoever buys this can have a little play. It's not going back in though, is it, Donna? That must have been frustrating to watch. Right, there. This, should we have another one of these? Oh, perfectly happy, and we can see happy from there. There we are. So we're getting to the back of it now. So this is where we're going to do an upper tuck. And I think I'm going to do that with, so these are still too big. I'm desperate to use one of these. One of these journaling cards, and I think we'll do some embellishing. Or shall we create one? Because I've still got lots of the offcuts from the collage board that I did. So we could always just make something. Should we do that? And put another Tim Holtz doll on. So we want, I like that bit. So if I do it sort of here-ish to that line, let's trim this. So I'm using the deckled edge trimmer, which I'm kind of obsessed with. Just try and straighten this off a little bit. Because it's not straight, is it? Yeah, so I think what I'll do, just to mix it up a bit, is I'm going to, forget you can't hear me over there, I'm going to put my taggy shape on, but it's definitely going to be an upside down tag. And I have got that scrap that I tore off that we can use to tie on the bottom, I think. So it's all coming together. There, right, I'm just going to go and stitch around this, back in a min.